Welcome, everyone, and thank you for your interest in the church educational system. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints sponsors 4 campuses of higher learning: BYU, BYU Hawaii, BYU Idaho, and the LDS Business College. It also operates over 370 institutes of religion near other university campuses and Pathway Online Learning. This presentation will answer the most common questions we get from students applying to a CES school. Each CES campus offers different advantages to students. However, they all share some core characteristics. They each have a temple easily accessible to students, a true example of higher learning. Students at each campus are enriched by weekly devotionals, where church leaders and faculty inspire and instruct. Central to students' experience are religion classes, but it is not uncommon for classes in science, math, and other topics to begin with prayer. All campuses have young single adult wards where students attend church and hold callings. These wards provide a lot of opportunity for spiritual growth, service, and social activities. Faculty and students at all CES campuses live by an honor code. This includes high moral standards in academic conduct, residential living, and dress and grooming. And all 4 campuses grant a deferment for students that are admitted but want to serve a mission. Each CES campus is a dynamic place to learn and grow, not only academically, but spiritually. We hope this presentation will help you in deciding which schools you should apply to.
A nice little start to our evening tonight, talking about some of the common things we have between the 4 CES schools, along with the institute. You know, things like devotional and a temple close to our campuses, and starting all of our classes with prayer. Archery class, we have 2 prayers just in case. And so, you know, it's those things that are common to all of us. So this is what we're going to be doing tonight. We will be talking about some things that we have in common as church institutions. And then we will be talking about the application. Those of you who are seniors, you'll want to pay close attention to this if you're thinking about applying to one of the church schools. And then we're going to talk about each of the separate institutions of higher education within the church educational system. So it should be kind of fun. But the thing we want to impress the most upon you guys is we have something for everyone. Whether you want a 4-year bachelor's degree or you want to get an associate degree, which is 2 years, more of a hands-on. Some of those are transfer types of degrees. Minors and certificates, which are 1-year programs. There is something for you within the church educational system. All right? And in terms of averages and getting in, we want to talk to you about what it's going to take for you to get into our schools. Before we tell you about all the averages and things, we want to share just a quick story. Back in the 1940s, the Air Force was trying to create the perfect cockpit for their pilots. And they said, we need to go out and we need to conduct an experiment and measure Air Force pilots all across the country, 4,000 of them. And we're going to get measurements in 147 different areas of their bodies. We're going to measure their armpits and their nostrils and all kinds of different things. And as they did that, they came back and they said, these 147 measurements, this is the average size of the pilot. And when they compared that to the 2,000 pilots they measured, do you know how many of them were exactly average in every single measurement? 0. And the reason we tell you that story is because kids ask us all the time, what do I need to get in? What's the ACT score that I need to get in? What's the GPA that I need to get in? And we want to impress upon you guys that you're a lot more than just an average. You can see here average ACT scores for our institutions. Please realize we admit a large range of kids within the church system. It doesn't matter what your ACT score, there's going to be an option for you within the church. Also keep in mind that every single year we deny kids with 36s and 35s and 34s simply because they're not taking other parts of the application very seriously, which we'll talk about later. When it comes to your GPA, same thing. Kids are working really hard, but no matter what your GPA is, there is something for you within the church system. Please understand and realize that you are not simply a couple of numbers. Your worth is much more than just your ACT score and your GPA. Now, in terms of size of the institutions within the church system, we have everything from small colleges, about 2,000 students, up to large universities with 30,000 students. Again, you'll get a little bit of a flavor of everything. Yet, even with a school that has 30,000 students, you can see that we have very small classes. We want you to have a personalized experience within the church educational system. That doesn't mean every single class is going to have 20 to 30 students in it. Some of your gen ed classes, your first or second year, might have 300 kids in them. But we want you to actually have a personalized experience within the church system. Also, realize that you're getting a great scholarship if you decide to study within the church system. You can see that average tuition between the schools somewhere, between $1,600 and $2,700 a semester. Now, you compare that to what it costs at a state school nationwide or what it costs at other private universities, and you can see that you're getting a huge bargain. Please, 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 don't let finances be what prevents you from going to school. I promise you there's a way that we can make it work, whether it's within the church system or you go into a local community college, we can make it work. In fact, you can see that somewhere around 70% of the students coming to the church schools receive some sort of aid, whether it be scholarships or loans or grants or jobs. We're going to help make your education affordable. The reality is we just don't have enough space for everybody on our campuses. So the majority of you probably won't be able to come to a church school, and that's fine. It's okay. We want you to get involved in Institute. It's like seminary for college kids. There's 350,000 Institute students worldwide. There are Institute buildings on pretty much every college campus in the country, and then stake centers all around the world offering Institute. So whether you decide to come to a church school or you decide to go to a local state school or a private school or Harvard or Stanford, wherever you decide to go, please realize the number one goal is that you'll grow in your testimony of the Savior Jesus Christ.